Hello everyone, this is Ron with episode 6 of my full playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. This episode I'm looking at finally finishing up the normal castle and moving on to the inverted. I want to finish up some exploration kind of stuff, make sure I actually remember to hit up the library and sell some of my stuff to get some money, and then hopefully maybe even start the actual inverted castle. I have to go here to finish up some exploration that I wanted to do. I just picked up an item. So I want that. That's actually very useful. I'm just doing this, just kind of finish up here. Just to kind of finish up my exploration, get some stuff. I don't think that is actually better than what I've got. Where is it? It's already going. A ballroom mask. But I don't remember the drop rates quite being like that. Oh well. And for anyone who is just tuning in, I am playing this game on the Xbox Live remakes, so you know, there are some differences associated with that. However, most of them are pretty minor. That's an item that I don't really use. Why is that not showing as explored? Oh well. I'm not going to worry about it. It's not just yet. I'm gonna go back down there and get it. I know there's a couple other areas on the map I'm not gonna worry about, but this one I just want to make sure I do, just in case there isn't anything in there. There isn't anything over there that I missed. And I already talked about the familiars last episode. I'm using the bat familiar, so I'm just gonna kind of play here. Kind of in the point of the game where it's just before I move over to the inverted castle, so it's maybe not the most exciting because it is just kind of finishing things up, but you get through it and then you finish it up and get to the inverted castle, which is just a ton of fun. Morning Star. I don't think that is actually better than what I've got. No, it's not. Now, in regards to familiars, the little guys follow me around. There is one familiar that I may not get, and that's the Sword Brothers, or Sword Familiar. I can never seem to remember exactly how to get him. It's like a little hidden area. The reason why that's important is because, well, one, it is in the game, and two, a lot of people, after that familiar levels up, eventually, you are then able to equip it as a weapon. Many people feel that that's the best weapon in the game. I did actually do that one time and went and got it. I did not feel that it was the best weapon in the game. It was a little bit slower than some of the other ones, even though it was more powerful. The best weapon in the game, at least as far as I have seen, I mentioned this earlier, is the Chisagrim, because it's multiple attacks very quickly, and you don't have to stop. Generally, like, the second best weapon is actually, like, a weapon that you start the game with, the Alucard sword that gets taken away. We'll be getting, actually, all those items that got taken away, we'll be getting those back, or I'll be getting those back, in the reverse castle, and most of those items are actually, like, are some of the better items in the game. Stupid birds. Yeah, I don't like these birds. They aggravate me. That actually works. Sometimes doing that on those can be a little bit tricky. There we go. I did that. Let me get that money. And then here, I mentioned this earlier, but I have to go here and put on this spike breaker armor to be able to walk down this hallway to get an item I'm going to need. And then also when you're missed for some strange reason, because you're wearing the spike armor, it breaks these spikes. It's one of those don't ask me why sort of things. And I always just jump down here because I like breaking all the spikes. We go in here. There'll be a conversation.
So, did you
Maria?
find Richter?
I don't know if he's the one you're looking for, but I found a Belmont.
Really? So he is here.
But the one I saw was the enemy. He was the lord of this castle.
That can't be true. You're wrong. I must go now.
Then I just got this silver ring. That is important because on the silver ring it says in tower. Now I got the gold ring earlier, which says where clock. Put two and two together, it says where in clock tower, which is basically your clue that says where there's in the clock tower. So we'll do that. I haven't unequipped the spike armor yet because I have to go back through this hallway. But basically I need to go back to the clock tower and wear those two rings, which will then open up a new area. So what's the fastest way to actually get to there? I guess the fastest would be to just hit up the teleportation and go down. Although it's still a bit of a trek. We'll do it. Although I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. It's this. It'll make just getting through those hallways a little bit faster and easier. And save me a fair amount of time, which is what I'm trying to do here. So we can get to the inverted castle, so. I can never get that jump. I'm not sure if it's possible. But I always try to charge through and not have to break out of my wolf form, but we've been able to do it. But I just saved myself some time there. And just a quick note, if you hear any sort of strange background noise or anything, that is because where I'm recording this is actually quite hot, and far too hot to record this without any sort of cooling going on. So if there's a little bit of a strange noise, or stranger than usual, that's just that, letting you all know that. We'll head it here. Okay. And then we'll go here, a quick jump through Alrox's quarters, which I talked about earlier. Yeah, see, this is like the only use of the wolf form is basically just some some easier moving around in certain areas. That's it. I never really use it for anything else. The mist form, it basically is just, it starts off as kind of like a cheap way to get through an area without taking any damage. Eventually, when we get to the inverted castle, I'll get an item, which will make it just completely unfair and make the rest of the game very, very easy. And I will be doing that, because it'll cut down on the amount of time I need to spend considerably. It makes so many things just so much easier. But I am now in the clock tower, so I will equip both of these rings, the gold and silver ring, which causes this to happen. The clock rotates a bunch, points down that way, a bunch of bells ring. And then the floor opens up. And there's a whole area, there's a whole little area down here. I'm going to re-equip the items that I took off, because once you open it one time, you don't have to open it again. And there is a save point. over here, I think, is an item. Oh yeah, a couple health and heart upgrades. And then I go down this elevator. Basically, it's a little bit of a pain because you have to use this elevator. And there's no way around it. Then we go down here. Really spooky music. All this spooky stuff you start seeing. But you go here, you go in here, this goes up.
That voice, Maria?
I'm sorry. You were right. He has joined forces with the enemy.
So it was a Belmont after all.
But someone must be controlling him. Whatever we do, we can't harm Richter.
But he must be stopped.
I know. Well, here. Take these with you.
What are these?
If you wear these, you can see beyond evil illusions.
Thank you. 'Tis best then if you pray for the soul of your friend.
So I just got the holy glasses from Maria. These let me fight Richter without killing him and get to the inverted castle. An interesting thing, this room that we're in right here, this room is actually inverted. You may notice that about the stairs right there. That becomes important. And then Maria's just standing here, but you can't interact with her or anything in any way. She's just there. But we'll head back out of this room. I'm just a little bit lazy. Now we're gonna head back up and fight Richter and actually get into the inverted castle, it looks like. The fight with Richter is always a little bit of a pain because he's very aggressive, as we'll be seeing. Come on. Oh man, come on. I'll wait for the statue to move away so that I don't have to go all the way around. I can just hit up the teleportation areas. Come on. Stupid thing. Oh wait, actually, well, even still I want to wait for this because I want to make sure I hit up the library, so. Come on, stupid thing. I was just checking the time real quick. Just kind of goofing around there. There we go. Yep, gonna go, actually, instead of going right to Richter, I'm going to go hit up the library. And then I will be, after I purchase some things and whatnot, I will be heading to fight Richter and go to the inverted castle. Might even be able to get a little ways into it. It's always funny. It's like always with those. Like he always like bashes his head into something and then transforms. Like, wonder if he ever gets. He's like, ah, man, that really hurt. Like, no, we'll head down to the library, get some stuff. See, the bat familiar I've been leveling up. As he levels up, he starts to attack faster and deal more damage. I got this jewel sword a little while ago. Turns enemies into jewels. I'm getting this out for a reason now, actually. Oh, damn it. Hold on, let me uncurse myself here. But the reason why I was getting the jewel sword out was because these ectoplasm, when you kill them with it, they have a chance to turn into diamonds, and the diamonds sell for a lot of money. Thinking it might not be a bad idea to possibly get one of them. And my bat just killed it, so that's a good point for the houses too. Oh well. Still one more. And to make it drop a diamond, I guess a diamond's worth a ton of money. Curse status that I had earlier is just a huge pain sometimes. Only happens in a few places though. Probably for this part here, I probably won't be talking too much. Oh, there is one other thing I want to show here. I'll be doing that in a few minutes after I buy some stuff from the library.
What can I do for you?
I'm interested in this.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank
So all of these.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I'm interested in this.
No, I want to see. 'Cause first I need to make sure. That there's nothing that I need to buy. I think I might buy that. I think I might buy Joseph's cloak just because it's a neat little item. The brands, the Thunder brand, Fire brand, and Ice brand. I don't think I remember, but they're actually a reference to something. You get one. I'm not gonna get the other two. Damascus sword. If I had gotten that early on, it would have been a really good weapon. I decided not to get it, but sometimes if you get the money and get it really early on, it's very, very useful. It is actually a decently powerful weapon in the early game. Okay, not too much that I actually will really need. Yeah. Which is fine. That's generally how this works, is you very quickly sort of outclass the items that this guy can give you. Oh, I may want to buy that. If I buy that, I won't be able to afford the cloak that I want to buy. Diamond plate. Well, I didn't take my spike breaker off yet. I remember to put that on. The reverse cloak, it has two colors. You can change it. That has a certain color. This cloak, Joseph's cloak.
Thank you.
This is an interesting an interesting item.
Farewell
Just
for
in
now.
general. We'll go back into equip here. Well, first things first, I need to actually put on my armor. But this cloak, Joseph's cloak, you can change the colors on it. Unless you go into the systems. And then that's just the time in which you did things. But anyway, it says cloak color. And here, I can actually set a custom color for this cloak. Now, let's see. I was always a fan of trying to make it sort of like sort of like his other cloak that he gets later on. Or his Alucard cloak, which is the black with the red liner there, and it's also the classic vampire look. But you can make this anything. And then this is actually for adjusting the color of your menu. I was always fine with the base blue color. There, look, my cloak actually changed colors. We're gonna leave that like that. And I remember back when I used to play this on PlayStation, I would spend a ton of, like, I remember this one time I just spent like a ton of time grinding a bunch of money so that I could buy that cloak, and I was like, oh, this is so awesome, I can totally change it. And then you get a cloak that's better than it, so. Okay, take care of these books. See these books, those gems. See, the jewel sword replaces the drops for an enemy with gems, and these ectoplasms have a chance to drop diamonds. And it can be a nice little way to get some money if you need or want it. I'm pretty much to the point where I don't really even need money anymore. In fact, the only time I'm even gonna spend any money at this point is on a particular boss fight in Inverted Castle. And even then, I'll just do it right beforehand and spend what I have, so it's not going to be that big of a deal. But now, we're going to go fight Richter, finally. I know I said I was going to do this like not like 10 episodes ago. I haven't done 10 episodes. But like 2 or 3 episodes ago, I kept saying, oh, almost there, and well, now it's finally going to happen. So I will get up here. No, stupid me. Yeah, basically, when you get to about level 25-ish, that's when it's like, okay, I'm kind of done with this castle, and it's time for you to sort of move on and go to the Inverted Castle, finish this one up. Level 27, I spent a little bit of extra time kind of grinding, just going around doing stuff, which is fine. So I just need to use this once. I just want to make sure I hit up the save point here real quick. Now we're going to head over and fight Richter. Just real quick, I have to make sure that I equip these holy glasses. That's important. There's something, you need to be wearing these in order to see something that you can attack, and in order to attack something, so you can defeat Richter without killing him. Now I'm going to go in here. Remember, this is the room where I fought Dracula when I was Richter.
Answer me. Why is a Belmont planning the resurrection of Count Dracula?
Count Dracula rises but once every century, and my role is over. If I can resurrect him, then the battle will last for eternity.
If those are your true feelings, then so be it.
Holy cross. But you see, there's a little green orb there. That's the thing I need to actually attack. Watch. I'm probably, actually, you know what? To make sure that my little bat dude doesn't accidentally kill him. Because I need to make sure that I don't kill Richter. If I kill Richter, it's going to give me a different enemy. and actually not let me access the inverted castle. I don't want to end this playthrough without seeing that. There we go.
You've defeated me, but all is not yet lost. The resurrection of Count Dracula is at hand.
Now, ordinarily at this point, there would be like a CG movie that plays, but in the Xbox Live Arcade version,
No.
those are all
What
removed,
have
so
I
it just
done?
skips past it. But
Thank
basically,
you, Alucard,
in the original,
for
there was this
saving
movie that
Richter.
played that actually showed the inverted
Alucard.
castle
The
come
same
down
Alucard who
come
fought
down from the
alongside my
clouds.
ancestor, Trevor
And,
Belmont? That was
and it's
over
actually kinda
300
neat.
years ago.
No time for small talk. Is the person who controlled you in that castle over there?
Yes, I think so.
Maria, take Richter and leave here. I'll finish this.
All right. Good luck.
Now Alucard's gonna go to the inverted castle and end and finish this once and for all. So I'm now in the inverted castle. I can get my bat out again. I can change my equipment back to what it was. Now I'm in the inverted castle. This is an upside down version of the other castle I was just in. I remember when I first actually found this, I had actually already beaten the game once, and then I went through and did the steps necessary to open this up. And it was just, it was so surprising. And at the time it was really cool because it's like you explore this whole castle, and then it's like, oh no, you're only halfway done with the game. There's this entire other version you have to explore with tougher enemies and more stuff to get, and that was just so cool at the time. And oh, I just got a new cloak. I don't think it's actually better than the cloak I bought. No, it's not. It's just the cloak that looks a little different, but I know exactly where I want to get to first. In order to get a special item that I want to make this entire portion of to make the entire rest of the game much easier and make it go by much faster. Now, I'm not sure if I'll be able to get it this episode. I'm looking at about the half-hour mark. Might take me that long to get to where I need to, but if not this episode, then definitely next episode. This was neat. There's entirely new enemies to fight in here. The places that you went to before, they have new items in them, and it was so cool because like all the stuff you knew that was there is there again, and you're just like, oh, I remember this, and you know, what about this? Like all the secrets that I found in the original castle, they're all in this one too. They're in the same spots, but they have different things in them. So that was always neat to have to remember. Okay, this guy is actually funny little thing, because he chases a skull. Hold on, I'll see if I can do it, but there's another thing. If you destroy just his skull... Stupid bat. Hold on, let's see if I can do this. If you destroy just his skull, he like wigs out. And he's like, oh no, where'd my head go? And then you just kill him, but... That was always kind of neat. And his name, Yorick, is actually mentioned to like Shakespeare or something. Cause I looked it up once because I started to notice, when I started to notice that there was all this like symbolism and like literary references and things like that. I then started to get a little bit more interested in some of the names and stuff. And Yorick's mentioned something, a lot of mentioned to other things as well. Gonna explore this room a bit. Interest in that face. Oh, it looks fine. See, and there's little things like that that kind of gave you a little bit of a hint. Oh yeah, I don't think I did this in the regular castle, the iron ball that's there. And it's not that big of a deal that I missed it in the regular one because the secrets aren't not that big of a deal either way. The only important part about that little area was that when I went there in the regular castle, it gave me a thing to increase the duration of my misfire, make it so it can just last like 1 second. No, I'm just trying to make sure I do full exploration for the walk armor. So that, or as much exploration as I can, so that this armor gets as powered up as it can. But I don't need to really do too much of it right now, because in the inverted castle, you actually kind of have to explore almost all of it, because rather than just exploring and fighting the boss to get upgrades, you have to find these items, these relics, in order to be able to fight Dracula. And there's 5 of them, and each of them actually ups your stats and stuff. So even if that wasn't a requirement, I would probably still go and get them, just because they're very useful. Okay, we'll head out of this room here. And where I need to go is to the reverse underground caverns. I can get there fairly quickly. It's a little bit of a trek. A library card. But once I get there, there's a particular boss that I'm going to fight. This version is drastically changed from the original one. Much easier, but will lead me to the item that I've been talking about. So I'll be getting that. I don't know if that's going to happen this episode. It's going to take a little bit of doing to actually get to there, because I essentially have to work my way back to the entrance. And this is the teleportation. Now, I don't remember if it actually works right. No, this is not where I wanted to go. We will head back here. That's weird. You can't do the long jump through it, but you can like fly through it. It's really weird. And also I remember the first time that I got this area, like, even though it was all stuff that like I knew, like, it was so disorienting because it was all upside down, and like just seeing it like that, it was like, oh wait a minute, hold on, I have to do this now and do that. No. Yeah, see, there's a little platform that rises up now. Oh yeah, yep. I remember that. But remember that one there was a teleportation room that, in order for me to access it in the regular castle, I had to go through another one. Well, in the inverted castle, you don't do that. You have to essentially go through things the hard way, at least initially. Now, I know where I want to go. The main problem is, what's the best way to get there? I got 2 ways I can get there. I can go along the outer wall, reverse outer wall, and work my way back to the entrance, or I can go through the chapel. I do believe that overall the chapel is a little bit quicker, but however it is tougher. In the interest of time, I am going to go through the chapel and try and hopefully speed up this process as much as possible. But these tombstones, yeah, these tombstones curse you. They're a little bit of a pain. It's really just more an annoyance than anything. And since they don't actually do anything until you're like right on top of them, what you have to do is just kind of stand at range and kill them. When they die. I just want to get a little bit of a health boost there. I was just being lazy that time, because it hits him enough to just kill him, so... Since my MP regenerates, might as well use it. Now I'm in the reverse chapel. Oh, these stupid balloon pods. They can be a huge pain. These are throwing things. Oh, this music, I gotta remember to stop and let this music play for a little bit, because it is kind of neat. It's just got this kind of serene quality to it. So I'm just gonna kind of shut up for a little bit and let it play. course, I say I'm going to shut up and then I'm going to do a save point. After I save, I'll kind of shut up and let it play for a little bit. And then this is a boss fight here. This is the boss fight with Medusa. This fight isn't actually too bad if you know what you're doing. Key is just basically avoiding her eye attacks, which cause you to turn to stone. She dies. And I get that. See, it's not like the other things I was getting. This is something different. Get it. Heart of Vlad. This is one of those 5 relics I mentioned earlier. And this makes it so that I can't be cursed anymore. Very useful. And very handy. I'm not really feeling like those panther things can be a huge pain. Cause they like turn into these like puddles of goop and like slide behind you and stuff. Oh, gigantic pain. Let's see, Tawar. Still not better than what I've got. Okay. Now it's back to me shutting up and letting this music play. Okay, those angels, they're called Sniper of Goth, and that's also a reference to something. It's like it's not like some sort of weird emo thing. It's like a reference, I think, to the Bible, or some pagan thing. But like what they are is actually like it's a direct reference to something, and it was a little bit obscure too. It wasn't just like, oh hey, that's what this is. Reverse spiked room, put on my spike breaker. Look at that, the Twilight Cloak. Now, if you remember, this was the cloak I was wearing at the very beginning of the game. Turns out, it's better than what I'm wearing. It's like one of the best. It's like the best cloak in the game. See, and like the red part, like has that neat little pulse thing going, which is just neat. And that's also another little sub thing of the reverse castle is you kind of go about getting the items that you had when you started the game, because there are some little items. Those guys I remember being a little bit harder. Then again, I'm also currently wielding a weapon that is strong against Holy, and those guys are weak against this, or strong against them, so it's dealing with them a nice chunk of damage, which is making them a little bit easier to deal with. This music, as good as it is, unfortunately, it's a little bit of these stupid imps. These imps can be a huge pain in the ass. They dodge your attacks, and they can also like come up behind you and like just make you like stand in place. Gigantic pain. This is an entrance to a different area that I don't want to go to just yet. This is reverse Alrox's quarters. Don't want to go there just yet. We'll be going there eventually, though. For now... See, that stupid imp, he's making me do that. I'm not pushing any buttons. And you just have to wait until he decides to let you go. It's a gigantic friggin' pain. And you've probably also noticed that I've been leveling up a lot. I've gained 6 levels, but it's just in the short time I've been here. That's because the enemies here are higher level enemies and generally deal more damage and are generally tougher. So when you first get here, you gain a bunch of levels very quickly, and it kind of sort of evens things out a little bit. Take that, imps. And the item I'm talking about will make killing them very easy too. Stupid imp. Come on, Bat, do your thing. Yeah, and like it's weird because like I'm not sure exactly what that like supposed to I guess mean or be or whatever, because it's like it makes a little steam come out of your head. Like maybe it's because he's just like flitting about in your face and bugging you or something. I don't know, but either way, it's very annoying. I don't like it. I'm gonna run back over here because I don't want to have to come back to the chapel again. Unfortunately, in here, in this confession booth, if you remember, in the regular castle, there's some neat things you can do in there. But that actually reminds me, I forgot to do something in the normal castle that I really wanted to do, and I mentioned it. I don't think I'm gonna worry about it, but it's in the library. And I remember mentioning this, but in the library, underneath the librarian, you notice his chair was there's like a little drop. Well, the room beneath him, you notice there's a little tunnel leading up to it. With the super jump, with the gravity boots, you can jump up to that and like jump underneath him and like knock him up in the air. And it's kind of funny because he makes this like funny little motion, and and you can get some items and stuff from him too. This guy's always a gigantic pain because he has so many things like protect that floating sword enemy is always a gigantic pain because it has so many things protecting it. I took care of it though, so at least it won't be an issue. For sake of exploration. Soul Steel, if you can do it consistently, it's quite powerful. But you have to be able to do it consistently in order for its power to really be realized. Now these shields, I don't have to kill them, but they just kind of get annoying. The big thing was destroying the stupid spears. By getting rid of those, the floating sword effectively can't attack me, so... By doing that, it saves me a lot of trouble. Reverse Coliseum. That place. I'll be getting to that. Oh man, I am not looking forward to that. Let's just leave it at that. You stupid sword thing. Yeah, and those like floating swords, they're like another like sub-enemy. They're like these like possessed swords that like do that. It's kind of weird. This part in the reverse chapter. This is the part really where it makes it harder because this is that long staircase room that we did in the original castle. Oh man, we rarely do that, guys. But
but in this area it's harder because you're like assaulted by like a ton of guys who essentially are ranged and have all the advantage, and it is just a gigantic pain to try and it can be just a pain to get through here because you got these imps and they bother you, and then the snipers show up and they bother you, and it's just like this like constant harassment, and it just gets a little bit annoying after a while. Even at the time, a little under 15 minutes left here. Guess I'm not going to be getting to the reverse underground caverns, it looks like. Oh well, I'll be able to I definitely got some progress in, and I'll be able to make a little bit more towards it. Stupid imps! Sorry, these imps, they aggravate me so much. Oh, there's a diamond. That's the most valuable gem that you can sell. They're worth like 50,000 gold or something. When you're buying items, it's nice, but you don't really need it anymore. It's just now mind you, those archer guys, I think they were just called like archers or something. I actually always thought they were kind of neat because they have that whole contraption that lets them like crawl along the stairs like that. Like, I always thought that was actually kind of cool. Like, it was like essentially like they were like a mobile. It was like a turret on like a track, and I actually always thought that was, at least I always thought that was kind of neat. See, this part, it's just a big pain, but I'm gonna be able to get through it. I don't have to worry about too much anymore. There we go. Took care of that guy. I'm gonna take a quick look at my stats. Man, yeah, we're getting a bunch of levels. We're getting to like 8 levels. Then again, I mentioned that earlier, that's kind of how this area works. In terms of leveling, it generally seems like you're meant to sort of gain about 25 levels in each castle. Like, you finish the first castle about level 25, and then you're kind of meant to finish the second castle about level 50-ish. My rate of leveling will start to slow down here a little bit. Because my level will have kind of sort of caught up with the enemies. Let's see, I just hit that save point. I think I'll try and make it to the next one before I end it, rather than end this one early. But making some good progress. I got through some areas, I'm heading to where I need to go. Oh man. I do not want to have to go through the Necromancer lab. That's what the reverse alchemy lab is called. Oh man, I should have thought about that. Ah, crap. Oh wait, can I avoid it for now? I want to avoid this because the boss in here is very difficult. It's a neat boss. I will not spoil that boss for you. It's a really cool fight, and I'm excited to show it to you guys, but I'm not going to tell you, and I could go to it right now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to go do the other thing I want to do, and come back to it, because once I have that, it'll be really easy for me. It's such a cool fight, and it's really well done and really neat what happens. Anyway, back to working over the area that I need to get to. I'm not gonna worry about him. Oh yeah, the butterflies. Oof, gotta watch out for those. Oh man, I'm gonna these like spike things, I'm gonna intentionally let myself get hit by one once, just to show you why I am so ridiculous about avoiding them. Okay, here I go. 47. Ouch. Okay. Not as much as I was thinking. That's also another change in this version from the regular version because of the lessened damage. In the original version, it deal like 150 points of damage. Just like a ton of damage, and it was just like, ouch. And really, really just basically like ruined your day. I hated them. And like they get really devious with where they place them too. There are like some hallways that are just like covered in them, and like these hallways where like you have to continuously be jumping. And it's kind of those where I sort of like developed my tendency to like always be jumping, just because in order to avoid those things you have to be. Okay, now I'm gonna be coming back to this area to fight the boss, so I'm not going to fully explore it. The chapel I kind of went out of my way to fully explore because I had to beat the boss. It butterflies can be a bit of a pain. It's mostly just kind of paying attention a little bit. Stupid witches. Urgh. Yeah, see, this is kind of where it starts to get challenging because they kind of put these situations where it's just like, oh, you're just getting hit like a whole bunch, and then there's like some other guy doing something stupid that pisses you off, and then it's like and just really aggravating. No, as I said, all the secrets are there. I can't always remember exactly which one of these things it's in, which one of these areas it's in, because there's a bunch of them and they're all essentially identical. So I always just do that. Yeah, that miss thing, I always think about that, like immediately after fighting like 3 or 4 of these witches at once, it's like, oh yeah, I could have totally avoided everything they threw at me by just doing that. No, not switching to daggers. Oh, those big grid guys, they're like fire demons. They're weird. They're such a weird enemy, like, they make these weird noises. Okay, I'm gonna head back out because of this part. That's actually a big help. Oh, they're immune to holy. I'm just kind of trying to, yeah, see those fire demons, they make that noise where it's like, it's just weird, like, grunt noise. It's really strange. Yeah, see, yes, you remember these guys? This guy was a boss in the library. Now they're just like an enemy. Okay, I need to switch off of this weapon here because they're immune to it. So we're gonna switch over to the ice brand. Oh no, I am not being knocked out of this room. No way. Not after the crap I had to put up with here already. Oh geez, that took a lot of time. Okay, I'm gonna get to the next save point that I can here, and then I think I'm gonna end it. These enemies are just so weird. He like barfs that up. That's just such a weird thing. Oh well. Okay. The next save point, I may run a little bit over. That's fine. Oh yeah, and these lesser demons, they can summon other lesser demons. It's fun when they do that. I've gotten trapped in these scenarios, in these situations in which a lesser demon summons a lesser demon, and then that lesser demon summons another lesser demon, and the one I summon, summon another one, they summon another one, and so on and so forth. And I get to this point where like I have this just like infinitely respawning amount of these lesser demons, and it's just like, what's going on? And it's a huge pain in the ass. Just a gigantic, enormous pain. Stupid imps. So I hate these imps no matter where they show up. They constantly aggravate me. And this stupid place is filled with them. Which this place isn't stupid, just the stupid enemies. Okay. See, I'm actually trying to switch to Mist, but I keep running into them and they keep attacking me. Yeah, see, I have to slowly float up here because otherwise I have to contend with all these stupid friggin' imps. Oh, I hate them. There, take that. Got a shield. Now, this, I believe, does something. I believe does something with the shield rod. Let me switch it out here. No, it's not that far down. I must have missed it. Here we go. Shield rod. That's just like a little buff. Protection from dark, okay. Now I'm kind of going through and doing that with each of the shields, because I'm gonna do that because these like there's some of the shields that you can get that actually have like these really like awesome attacks, and they like kick ass. I think the fire demon drops like a fire shield or something, it just like deals like deals like a crap ton of damage. I've seen the videos of it, and those are really cool. Oh, that's the other way to the boss. Jeez, what am I doing? Yeah, what am I doing? Wow, that actually worked. Amazingly enough. Hold on, I'm just kind of getting lost again because this place is reversed, and you think I'd be able to just real quick like flip it upside down in my head and be like, oh, I need to go here, but no, I can't do that because that would just make too much sense. Now, there's a save point out there. I'm just gonna head back to that and end this. So I'm actually deliberately not trying to explore this entire place because I haven't fought the boss yet, and I want to go do my other stuff first. Okay, there's me saving. I'm gonna end this. And so that is the end of the 6th episode of my full playthrough of Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Finally hit the inverted castle. Oh, why did I turn to Mist? We'll turn back and then I'll hit the map. But as you can see there, we're in the inverted castle. I'm working towards getting to an area that I want to get to. Hopefully I should be able to do it next time. But we're actually in the latter half of the game now, so that's cool for anyone still sticking around. So thank you very much for watching. Definitely greatly appreciate it if you like it. Like the video, tell your friends, all that stuff. So yep, I will see all of you in the next episode.